Hey, what's up? Gonna be hopping into another one of these cube drafts they got on Arena today. Unfortunately, I had some editing issues in the gameplay the last one, on the one I did with Julia. Ended up going 1-3 in the games anyway, so it wasn't too spectacular. The deck played out surprisingly fine, considering how it was drafted, but a couple unlucky pairings. And, wasn't the easiest deck to win with, but still waiting. It's still waiting like a day or two for the release of the new set. Gonna be doing a lot of content when that comes out, but for now, just do something fun and easy. See how our draft turns out when we actually make all the picks. And it fills up pretty quick. Gonna be playing a lot of Standard once the new set comes out. A lot of lists I already want to try. Been posting a bunch of stuff on my Patreon. A lot of decks I'm looking forward to playing. Alright, first pick. Things that jump out. Heliod's kind of powerful. I don't know how realistic it is to get like a chunk of white creatures, especially considering how bad white has been in recent years. It seems unlikely we're going to get a lot of good white cards. Jadelight Ranger, definitely solid card. It shows a lot of good green cards. Fine Finality, easy card to get in two colors. Pretty good when you have access to both. Migration Path is kind of interesting, where theoretically it could be some sort of multicolor green ramp deck. I wouldn't be surprised if something like this is a good early take. I think I'm just going to go Jadelight though. Good value creature. Like I said, definitely is probably the card I'm most excited to start a draft with. So we go with the Jadelight. Alright, what do we got? Some sort of green rare on his battlefield. Alright, yeah, I actually remember this card. Not bad. Maybe you already picked up a green card. Something we could definitely look to pick up as well. Only commits us to one other color. Alright, so some reasonable options here. Two Simic cards, kind of interesting. Two of the better cards. Use Form's not really exactly what I'm looking for. Fight with Fire is good as another card. But I think I'm just going to take the the Apex Hybrid or whatever. Kind of committed to green at this point. Not committed, but looking to go into green at this point. Be happy to play Simic. Powerful card, and I'm hoping we can maybe get the other Simic card on the wheel. We kind of could take the Evolution Sage, be set up for a nice little like +1/+1 counters theme deck between the Jadelight and the Rolesque. This is another strong card. As you can see in the last video, though, fixing can definitely be an issue in a draft like this, so I'm maybe not too interested in going to a third color just yet for something like this Luna. But I like the Sage here. Be kind of fun to draft around like +1/+1 counters theme too, so pick that up, be happy about it. There's so many more cards to read in this than I thought there would be. One more +1/+1 counters. Alright, so I might just take this here, be happy to move in. It's like a Winding Constrictor enchantment, Hard Scales type of thing for 3 mana. This seems fun, and pretty powerful too, so. Not super committed to playing this, can also play it on a splash, maybe end up in like Bant or Sultai or something, but I like definitely the green counters matter themes right now. Don't know a ton about the cube yet. I played against a bunch of black-white decks. Again, I feel kind of bad that the gameplay footage got messed up in the last video, but we ended up playing against like a lot of black-white enchantment decks. I really don't know what to expect and sort of what the actual cube meta is yet, but this deck seems like it could be powerful and fun. So, all right, here's like another counters matter things if we want to stick to that. Yeah, there's not too much we're interested in here. Maybe we'll just take this. Maybe end up ban or something. The only green card is this spinner. It's not too relevant for what we want to be doing. Nothing else too powerful on rate where we should maybe look to move into. So there's one of the better cards and can potentially work with what we're doing. So we're just going to take the patron here. What are we going to take? This battlefield. So here's like another counter thing. Best card in the pack is probably like this Oath and this Priest. This card's a little weak. Like, it kind of works with what we're maybe trying to do, but I guess we take it. Maybe look to just splash this, because I'm sure there's a lot of green-white counter stuff. These are like better cards, but I'm not quite sure they're going to work out, and I haven't seen enough reason. Like, these archetypes, like a sack archetype and like some sort of black-white deck doesn't seem particularly open at the moment, so I'm not too enticed by those. Then maybe we could have, like, Black-White Constellation is what I was thinking for the Oath. Would have been, like, the archetype it's supposed to go in. Maybe seen, like, the Brain Maggot. Maybe we should have moved. But I'm happy to stick to our counters matter things for a bit. Under Sage is good. A lot of game ones. Like I said, enchantments is definitely, like, a theme. Might just pick up the Sage here. Decent value creature. I think we're going to have a decent amount of targets to hit. Definitely starting to question how well things are going for us right now, though. Maybe we should be looking to move into some sort of different archetype. Maybe just take the Herald here. Or, I mean, Helm of the Host. Powerful card. Seen a few good black cards. Kind of regret maybe you should move into black. Maybe I'll just take the Intium Ragsar because good black here. Maybe look to just move into like green-black value creatures or something if our white cards aren't particularly good. And this I'm not too committed to. Yeah, take the Find Finality here. Maybe look to move into just like a good green-black rock deck. Can still have a little bit of counters sub-team to go with it if we decide. But yeah, here I'll pick up the Find Finality being one of the better cards. Black looking a little open, green looking, doing fine off of green. Well, here's the Skydiver that I thought we might get back. That's a little interesting now, seeing it at this point. But don't exactly want anything else, so we will take it here. We haven't seen too much blue, though. We've gotten our 7 cards, but we haven't seen too much blue. I guess we'll take this. Powerful card, always powerful enough. We could even mutate it without being Teamer, too. Take the Cauldron here. Alright, so a little over in the first pack, but at least have a small idea of what we want to be doing. The Great Henge is going to be good in basically any deck that we end up with. We're like definitely base green. Very powerful card. Definitely works with our counters thing a little bit if we decide to go that way. Works with our value game if we end up in like green-black like sort of value deck. So I'm pretty happy to take the Great Henge here. Definitely a card that can salvage a draft too. If it's going kind of poorly, just will win the game by itself pretty often. Company's good. Company's a really powerful card. Not too set up to abuse it at the moment. Couple of 3 drops in green. Probably the Scanti might. Company is pretty nice though. We could take Gonti and maybe look to go like Sultai. Like these white cards kind of suck. We're not really gonna go ban. Like they matter a little for the counter stuff, but they're definitely like our worst cards. And our black cards aren't even particularly good. I mean, our blue. Yeah, the black cards we're not particularly committed to either. Kind of green blue right now. Might just take Company. It's a fun card to draft around. This Gonti is good, but the Company has way higher upside if we get it to work. So I think I'm a little more interested in that. Gem Razor is definitely a really strong card, but again, it doesn't work with our Company, so maybe something to be considerate of. Here we have a Sultai card, which is kind of the base colors we are right now. Maybe green blue looking a splash black or something. Be able to activate. To have like access to the other side of this. And we've seen a couple black cards, so I wouldn't be surprised if we could pick up something good to splash later. So we could take this. We could also mutate this off of green blue too though, kind of like this. But this table, it's more inclined to think this my table. Might just this is good too. Kind of works with their deck. We kind of want the ramp. We want 2 drops. Yeah, I think we might get back one of the bigger things on the wheel. So I actually kind of like this card. On power level, seems like the best card in the pack. This is also good if we end up creature dense. But I think I like the our own games better. So we don't have much removal. We'll take this. Yeah. Probably going to take the land here. Yeah, pretty happy to. I think we might end up in like a Sultai splash. Even if we're like green-blue, I might still play this fine. Just having the ability to even catch finality with the land in our deck would be nice. Not missing out on too much. Some like okay blue cards. Yeah, so happy to take Woodland Cemetery here. Definitely taking the Branchwalker. Need smaller stuff to do. Can dig for lands, decent value creature. Sort of works with the proliferate like stuff we have going on. Probably gonna take the land again. Yeah. Pretty happy to. Not giving up much for it. Always nice. Probably take the Acolyte here. Yeah. Decent chance on the planet. Good value card. Starting to pick up some lands to free roll it a bit. And again, probably the best card in the pack for us. Take the Brawl here. Could use some removal. Just the again, we have some +1/+1 counter stuff. So nice if we can get the discount for that. Nothing really for us here. We'll take the Guardian Idol in case we end up super stretched on playables. Alright, not going the best, but not going the worst. A good pack 3 could definitely salvage this. We need to work a little bit harder for this Company, I think. Possibly should have just taken Gonti, but wasn't really looking to be heavy black at the moment. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 hits. Definitely gonna need more than that. Gem Razor's probably even just a little bit better this, even when you do. Can you mutate this from the graveyard? I don't even know. We're just gonna take the Gem Razor. I think it's better than this, even when we are Sultai. Kind of nice that we naturally have like a nice matchup against the Enchantments deck a little too. If we run into something with like an enchantment sub theme. Like I said, in the one draft I've done of this, I actually played against like 2 enchantment decks, even like 2.5. One of them was like 2 were heavy enchantments, one was like slight enchantment sub theme. Pretty heavy green here. Really haven't seen much in the way of blue. But we saw that one pack that had a couple blue cards, but the blue cards we've only ended up with in the multicolor cards. Maybe play Stomp Power. Which of the more? Is it beginning of your end step? If you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature. That's decent. We don't have too many ways to gain life, though. It's not the best. It's a pretty rough pack for us. Maybe we'll just play the song. Or try and we have a decent amount of creatures. If we set it up with the branching evolution, that's kind of nice. Something like this could be good in our deck. I'll take the Song of Freyalise. Take the Scavenger, the champion of what's here. Both powerful 3-drops. It's a little interesting, and we sort of don't have much. We're very heavy green, and we haven't really been able to branch out into anything too much. Scavenger might just be a little hard to cast because I don't know what our mana is going to be looking like. Champion's just a little bit higher power level, I think, too. We'll take the champion. Here, Incubation Druids probably jumps out as me for best card for our deck. I didn't even mean to pick it that fast, but you know what? Ooh, here I really want the Scavenging Ooze and the Breeding Pool. This is a decent pack for us overall. There's a couple things I could see us taking. Hopefully we get something when it comes around again. I think I might just take the Breeding Pool. Being able to cast your stuff's really important. Ooze would be nice, but we don't have too much removal to like fuel it. Like plenty of our stuff's gonna die, and we have a few mill things, but I'm generally just gonna value fixing. His Oni's kind of nice. If you check out my Patreon, I know one of the custom deck videos I got coming up is as part of the highest tier of my Patreon, you get to submit a custom video for me to make once a week, and one of the lists that I've received so far is Insect Tribal with some Azonis. So if any of you guys want to see me playing some Insect Tribal, subscribe to my Patreon. That video will probably be coming out in the next like week or two. I'll take Azoni. I didn't read this card yet. I was busy trying to sell everyone on Bug Tribal. Might just take Solemn, Mana Fixing, Insane Value Creature. I'm almost surprised that there's 3, 6, 10 cards left in the pack. I'm pretty surprised that there are 5 cards better in this pack than Solemn. Like, it's just good in so many decks. Like we're not even like a good Solemn deck, and I'm a little skeptical of the card being in the pack this late. Maybe I'm just an old person though. I still wants to believe the card is good. It's not quite what I think it is. This could be a decent card with our Zoni. Grizzly Bear not good, but we are looking for a little cheaper things though. More company hits out the curve. Works pretty nice with the Zoni. What else do we have that makes tokens? I think just that. Alright, we'll take it still. Yeah, we'll take the Mouth to Feed. Our deck's not terrible. Not the best company deck. Been trying to be mindful of that. But we can make it work. I'll take the Mouth to Feed here. Nothing too good here. We do have some counter stuff. We can take the plan. I really don't think this Monumentus Fall is going to be good. Maybe we can make it work though. We do have some bigger stuff. I'm just a little skeptical of spending 4 mana and sacking a creature. Just like get ahead on cards, but that might end up being good for our deck. I'm not playing sideboard games, so I don't know if we really want something like this. We don't really have enchantments to trigger this. This would be nice for flyers too, but Maybe we'll take that. I could see. I haven't counted for two. Ooh, kind of would take the Fibblethip. Kind of a sick company hit too. Not sick, but being able to draw two off it is nice. Nothing else I really want here. I'll take the Fibblethip. Here we'll take the Bloom Hulk, I guess. Probably take this. Then we grab keep draw card, control creature. Alright. Definitely this card. Good for our deck. Probably should have taken it the first time. I remember that was the back I was talking a bunch. Alright. So our deck is not good. I don't exactly know what the power level of decks out of the cube is supposed to be, but I would imagine better than this. Titanic Brawl. Alright, I want to take some time to think about building the deck. I'm going to cut the video here. We'll jump in when I start playing the matches. When I have the deck built, we can talk about how I actually came to the decisions. I don't want the video to run too long, and I want to throw the matches in too. So we're going to stop it here, and we'll jump back to a completed deck. So stay tuned, everyone. Alright, so back at it. Decided to avoid the black splash. Just trying to be consistent, tried to lower the curve a bit. I really wanted to make this company good, so we have stuff like the Stormfleet Aerialist in, which works with our counter stuff a little. We have a bunch of proliferate stuff, so it works with that a bit. Even with all Rios here, just to maximize company hits. Overall, I think the deck's a little better than I thought it was. I think it's going to play out fine. The only black card we're playing is we're still playing the land so that we could use the finality half of this. Wouldn't be surprised if that comes up a couple times. Overall, I actually like the deck though. Hopefully curve out, hit kind of hard. We have some card advantage from late game. Definitely ability to like punch through damage, make some bigger threats. So let's see how it works. In between, I was joking with Julia that I was a little afraid that the deck she drafted was better than mine, but I think they're a little close. Would have liked for this one to turn out better, but we can definitely win with this. Like I said, I unfortunately lost the gameplay footage to that, but we did go 1-3, but I honestly felt... I got a little unlucky to lose some of the games. We kept flipping our Nicol Bolas, and then the opponent just like immediately had an answer to Planeswalker, which I feel like there probably aren't too many in this cube. I think I got Vraska's Contempt like 3 times. Alright, good hand here. Definitely need to pick up another land. A little awkward. This is our 2-drop. And we also want to raid it, but we don't think we can send this one back. Definitely super awkward too, because we have some proliferate stuff. And we really want the raid off this, but hopefully we draw something. Like a 2-drop into land would be perfect. Unfortunately, miss. Do we want to play it? I actually think I'm going to hold up a turn. If we draw a land, I'd be pretty happy to play the Sage and to like attack, play this, play land. And like getting a 1/2 flyer out really doesn't do too much for us. It's possible this was a mulligan, but I don't think it was. Agonizing Remorse, annoying but not too much. Their decisions are either the Sage to sort of mess up our plan the most, or find Finality if they're looking to 1-for-1 a bunch, or possibly the Roll-esque if they're going to have trouble dealing with like a high power level card like this. Would be pretty surprised if they take something else. Small arguments for like all of them in that they have something powerful the Sage can deal with that'll run away with the game if we can't answer it. Titanic Brawl, same thing. If they have a creature that's a little fragile that theoretically should run away with the game, though, if we can't answer it, they'll take that. It's good to think about these things too, because when your opponent takes a specific thing, you should really be questioning why. And a lot of times that can give you the context about what their hand and game plan is. So like I was sort of going over there, if they take the Sage, we want to be careful or think to how we can play around some powerful enchantments that may exist in the cube, sort of specific ones that maybe if we set up a certain board presence are less effective. Same thing with this, any fragile creatures that would run away with the game. We'd want to sort of start crafting our game plan around how to beat. Basically, we'd be trying to narrow down what those cards could be, and then basically consider if we could play in a different way to beat those cards. Pick up Fibletip here. Hopefully, pick up a land off it. We do. Again, we didn't get too much context there because, like we said, the Sage was sort of the focal point of our plan at the moment, where we wanted to get it, use it to turn on the raid, then get this down. So basically just means they were trying to poke a hole in our game plan more so than open up something for them to do. All right, here we're gonna attack. They're gonna block, and then we're gonna play Stormfleet and fight. Priest is definitely something that can run away with the game. It was actually something I was considering using as an example when I was talking about what could they possibly have to take Titanic Brawl. So we'll attack, they'll block. Fortunately, this replaced itself. We also have Find Finality to get back later. Be pretty surprised if they don't block. They have to know what's up. They have perfect information. Even if we don't have the land here, we would still be able to do all this because this gets the cost reduction from this. Alright, they block as expected. Even if they have something like Shock here, we don't really get blown out. Like, we'll lose this, but we at least still get to resolve it. Okay. Be nice to hit a land, get this down. Just have two massive flyers with 2 4/5 flyers at that point. Hopefully it was kind of clear on what I was talking about before, and it's actually something I think I'm particularly good at, which separates me from other good players, I think, because I'm very good at playing my opponent's, or at least deducing my opponent's game plan. You really want to constantly thinking about what they're trying to do and react accordingly. Sort of always be one step ahead. A little surprising, they just used this claim to get in for 3. It makes me think they sort of don't have too many sacrifice outlets in their deck. Like they're sort of underpowered, or at least the red-black deck that didn't completely come together. Alright, so here we're just gonna get in for a bunch. Put the counters onto this. Bash for 5 and be very far ahead. They managed to like deal with something. We have this Find Finality to get back, a Fibletip to get back, draw another card and get back either one of these. Still be ahead on board. It's looking good for us. Aside from just technical play too, I think the ability to, like I said, being able to really deduce your opponent's game plan is actually very useful for even, like I said, aside from just technical play, it's very useful for things like sideboarding, when you really get to, you can like really juke your opponent post-board and stuff. Or not juke, but you get to adapt your sideboard plan accordingly to knowing what they want to do post-board, and just like understanding game plans is really just, honestly one of the best things for just getting better at Magic. So here, we're just gonna do what I thought we were gonna do. We're gonna Find Finality these back, play the Fibletip, then look to Rolisk again next turn. Fibletip is nice where it even like trades with this to help in the race. We could theoretically just Sage and Temple here and then look to set up Finality, which would be nice. I guess let's play the Temple first, see what we draw. Bottom. Nah, I'm just gonna find. Like, I'm not too worried about their board, and I'd like to just get the Roloss back pretty bad. Haven't played this cube enough. I'm a little questionable if this is something we should even be doing. It's maybe a little too gimmicky and weak. I thought we may need just ways to go over the top, considering that sometimes a lot of something like that's necessary in cubes. But alright, that's annoying. Making me wish we held for the fine finality. We had this Roloss, so we could force a chump block if we had. So if we Roloss back onto our 6/7, we attack for 9. We could force a chump. Is that better than just chumping the Hellrider here? I don't think so. It's going to save way more damage, or it doesn't change the clock at all. Yeah, it'll save more damage because it saves 4 now, and then killing this would only save 3. We don't have any like 1 mana removal spell that potentially gives us 1 equity. So we're going to chump here. We go to 11. Advantage to Roloss, who puts them to 1, puts 2 lethal flyers into play. Could theoretically be better to get 2 creatures down here since we have the lethal flyer anyway. If we block here, we go to 8, we take 4. They have a removal spell, we go to 8, 4, 6, 8. Alright, so maybe it is... We do definitely run a pretty high risk if we just play the Roloss, where we're dead to removal spell if we attack. So I do think it's actually better to just play 2 creatures here. It's a little annoying because if they play a removal spell, we're still not in the best shape, but they can't really attack with everything at that point. Because we don't have to block everything. We can get away with just 1 block. And then both of them would be lethal threats because we can still do this. So I'd rather have the 2 blockers and not lose the removal spell here. And we still force them to have a removal spell to not die. Alright. So how do we want to do this? We definitely do this. Is there any damage? I'm trying to... I don't know the cube well enough. I don't think like something like Stoke the Flames is in it. So they would need 4 points of direct damage. I don't know about like a pump spell or like a team sort of pump spell, like a charge type thing. If we block here, and they, so the fear in blocking both is that we block both and then they have a removal spell for this and then we can't win. And we will actually probably end up losing on the following turn. So I'm going to risk that they don't have something to do with 4 damage here. We're just going to block here and we're going to have 2 lethal threats. I hopefully don't cost us the match here. I think it's a little bit... I'm struggling to think of something that would deal 4 damage, but there are just a lot of things that could deal with the Stormfleet Aerialist. Alright, so... we win. I think that plays correct. Like I said, I'm not positive on what they could have had there. It would have been a little unfortunate if they did, but overall I think we win more often than we lose making that play. Or at least we win more often making that play than we would if we block with both. Alright, up into another match. Try and go for 7 wins. I owe you guys some wins on this channel. It was kind of funny. I was crushing in Historic. I just started playing Historic about a week before I made videos. I went up to Bronze to top 15 on ladder pretty quick. And then as soon as I started making videos, I think I go like 500. Taking a little bit of break from both though. Like I said, really looking forward to the release of the new set. I love new standard formats. It's sort of always been my thing in Magic. I love sort of just attacking the format early on. I'm trying to just build the most well-rounded decks. I love innovating too, so I already got some ideas I want to work on. I really like the new set too, where it's not incredibly high power level like we've seen, and like the ways it's going to affect There's nothing that's really like demanding and sees a lot of play. Valky is the only like incredibly high power level card I think so far. Aside from that, it's really just going to be a lot of role players. It's going to be a lot of work to fit stuff in and build around, incorporate in decks, and that's sort of when I love deck building most, is when they're not just hammering over you, they're like hitting you over the head with the hammer on what cards you need to play. Alright, pretty easy keep here. Alright, hit the company, it's kind of nice. I've been really excited to the company since we drafted, and I know I'm just going to brick basically every time we cast it. Our deck, it would be a little justified too. Our deck isn't the most built around it could be. Alright, opponent's got a white strategy. Wouldn't be a surprise if they just mono white based on their start, but nothing without flying. Alright, try and get in for damage. No all flyers here. I'll happily even trade for the token. I think I like just getting this down as opposed to this, especially if we're going to company next turn. They're white too, so I would assume they don't have the most removal. Like this is one of their best removal spells, I think. If they want to use it too, I'm not too upset about it, considering we had, like, it would free the way for the Rolesque. All right, opponent's curving out nice. I'm definitely a little concerned that we're just gonna get ran over. The company is gonna be pretty high risk because we really need to hit to sort of stem the bleeding a bit. But our options aside from that aren't great, and it's definitely one of our best ways to catch up too. Yeah, we're gonna roll the dice. We're not gonna proliferate their creatures. Sure, that's the type of advice you guys are here looking for. Proliferating your creatures +1/+1 counters, typically bad. But there's always like weird stuff, like smite the monstrous effects and whatnot. I remember a draft against my brother once in the original Theros. Like it was a money draft forever ago, and he was on the other team. And I bestowed a creature like onto his creatures for like 3 turns in a row to just like chump block, and then I ended up playing Elspeth like minus and kill all of them. It was pretty sick. He was very mad. For anyone who's ever played against my brother, one of the absolute nicest people in the world, but absolutely despises losing. So not so nice then. Aside from that, literally could not be a better person. Alright, decent hit. These flyers are just giving us a little too much trouble. We can't even... They have this to get rid of the Rolesque too. Hopefully they run out of lands for this fledgling eventually. Alright, that's going to be nice. That can get us back into the game. Gaining 2 life a turn is going to be huge. Yeah, we're not going to get rid of that one. Sick with the Sage too. Alright, so that's going to cost 9. Fortunately, we can't get it down next turn, right? The most we'll have is 3 power creature. Great Henge costs 9, so 5, yeah. A little awkward too, where what do we block with this? We're definitely killing this. I guess we just do it like this. Do we throw another... I guess we throw this in front too, because although baiting them into using this could be kind of nice. So we block like this. Maybe we bait them into using this to kill this, and we only lose this. We take 6 at that point, and then it clears the way for the Rolesque. I think I actually like that. I'm pretty okay if they use this to save this here. Alright, so we'll block like this. Alright, and plan works. Get punished if they have like if they have a follow-up removal spell. If we didn't have this, I would have double blocked with the Sage. Alright, we're going to play this here. Definitely seems like our best play. Sets up the Green Henge a little better. Make sure we don't die to flyers. It's actually our only play now that I'm realizing. Alright, opponent says good game. They probably have removal spell, kind of lame of them. But I always hate the preemptive GG too. We're going to go into here. Gives us a better block on the Lieutenant. So I assume they have land plus removal. Alright, they exile 2, extra annoying. Alright, we're not actually dead though, because this can be blocked. I don't know if they realize that in GGing us. Alright, so we block here, chump here. Why can't we block this? It's a protection from multicolor. This isn't attacking. That's why it can't be blocked. Alright, so we get down to 3 here. Alright, we have a flyer here too. Alright, we can win this though. Alright, we go down to 3. We get a 2-2. Still can't do this, but we can Skydiver and Bloomhulk. Gives us enough blockers to not die, gives us a flyer. What does the all rest make? And this makes we get a 3-2. Is that better? Nah, Bloomhulk's better because it can eat this. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just worried about not dying, setting up the best board position. Alright. Play's kind of forced. Outputs plus. Oh, okay. I don't even know what this card does. Alright. Yeah, it would have been better to do this and get the tap land into play then. If we did this, put the counter on that, we'd have a 4-3 to block that still. As it is now, I guess I'll put the counter on this. Oh no, that was so bad because I'm going to play the Bloomhulk. Oh, that was so bad. I just wasn't originally thinking about it. That was really bad. If I put the counter on this, put the counter on this, we would have traded for this and that would be so much better. Sorry about that. I really just, I didn't really know what this card did, honestly. It's been a bit. I think I played a PT for this draft format too, which honestly the only limited formats I played a bunch of is when I was qualified for a Pro Tour. Otherwise, I mainly played on the SCG Tour, which they didn't. Alright, so we would have lost anyway. They had the Banishing Light to kill the flyer. That was a pretty big mistake, though. Alright, so kind of just got ran over by a white aggro deck there. I'm not too sure what we could have done. Seems like we're a little weak to flyers. We don't have much in the way of removal. A lot of big ground creatures. I'm trying to think if maybe it was better if we traded on the Lieutenant earlier and just didn't worry about getting rid of their Exile Apparition thing for the Rolesque. Here we have a good hand though. Happy to keep it. Same thing as the other game. I'm not going to get this out here. Getting counter on it's pretty important, especially when you have this. Probably running this into removal, but you can't not do... got to do something. Alright. That's good, though. Gets rid of that for this. I'm not too concerned. I was probably going to play this just to get a body to put the counters on, but now I'm thinking I want a champion. Could play a land first, play around like Sensor or something. I don't know if that's in here. But I like to have more options on what we pitch. And they censored it, I don't particularly care. Alright, so Reclamation Sage probably not going to be good against their deck. Incubation a little slow at this point. Nice little combo if we could Druid into this. But I'm actually going to attack here. I think this is a pretty high value thing. I really don't think they're going to block. If they do, having the champion in the yard isn't the end of the world. And I think doing this into this and setting this up onto this is going to be a little bit better than just making it 4-3 that's going to get locked down by this. So I think we'll even get through the 2 damage most of the time here. And if they don't, it's, yeah, like I said, I kind of expect it. So I think this plays a little better. Always another thing, hopefully you guys all will see this as I sort of play more matches on camera. Got to get a little bit more comfortable too and actually start playing the highest level I can when I record, but I'm typically pretty good at like analyzing situations where you can get in like a lot of free attacks. I'm always on the lookout for bluffs, I think more so than most players. Something you can actually probably realize if you follow my career a bit. I definitely like to get in some bluffs when I can. I'm normally pretty good at recognizing when you're able to get them through. Same thing by just assessing, like, again, not to toot my own horn too much here, because it is like a little bit of a simpler play here to recognize, ooh, good card. There's some tricks we could have they're probably not going to block, but just always something to be on the lookout for is basically what I mean. Here we have the option of, alright, we're going to play this. The question is, do we want to put it on the fly or do we want to put it on the reflection? So that would make this a 5-4. I think we're going to put it on here. Frees up a lot more power to get through. Like I said, we're pretty light on removal, so it's going to stick around. So I sort of just want to start pressuring them pretty hard. We're going to put the counters on here and then attack with both of these. Like, theoretically, this frees up more power. This would just be easier to chump block with the birds. And then this gets an additional 3 power sort of getting in the red zone. So I'm putting it here. A little weak against a bounce spell, which is something they could definitely have. Shock, too. But, alright, bounce spell, that's what punishes the most and what I was afraid of, but... Yeah, maybe that was bad. It's possible the biggest consideration for why that maybe was bad was it gets punished by bounce spell, but at the very least it does also free up. We can Gem Razor onto this now. So now that they use the bounce flow, and then we'll have 2 flying tramplers, which should be a little effective against them making 1/1 birds. But something we maybe should have, or at least I should have at least... Alright, so they use the bounce spell now, at least. That's kind of good, because I was definitely going to Gem Razor onto it. But I mean, I maybe should have talked about, alright. It's annoying that we have nothing to proliferate on. Kind of going off a little. They're out of cards, though. I'm happy to throw away the champion here, just as a chance to regas. Like, we're on 6 lands. Maybe the only reason not to do it is because I kind of want to get an attack in next turn. So that we can raid this, and then we can just do this and this if we do brick on the land. And I think we'll have an option to trade this again at a different point. Alright, well, we'll take it for now. Because I will attack if we are at this. Alright, I think I'm going to attack and then just do this and this and put the counter on the Skydiver. This way we have 2 ways to block the birds, 2 things bigger than birds. Gem Razor, just in case we can get some value out of this too. I'm not in a huge rush to run out. I would use our mana a little bit better, but... Attack. I wonder if me potentially tanking on a block this turn, last turn, then looking to send this in, maybe makes our opponent a little more hesitant to trade for it, realizing that we even think it's beneficial to lose it, but they still decide to. This also puts more bodies into play that we can proliferate with, which is relevant for a couple cards in our deck, and obviously the Skydiver as well, because I've now read this card and know what it does. This makes a 5/5, and they buy back instant or sorcery, right? I played some terrible standard deck that I saw some 5/0 league based around that. He basically was like blue-red spells with like a million spells, and he played all the like spell lands you could. And then I looked to like fling these with Kazul's Fury. It was a little cool, but... Alright, Blink of an Eye. Makes me definitely not want to use this, this Gem Razor. Although they, I guess they want to hold it to do this. I forget if that works. I don't think it works. If they kill with the trigger on the stack, still use last known information. So I don't know if our opponent knows that, though. For the Temple here. I think we're just gonna pass. Ooh, definitely gonna keep that one. So it doesn't kill this or this, but it's still good. I guess it doesn't actually kill that much, but it's still good. Well, I'll actually probably just buy stuff back with it. Yeah, I don't see the need to Gem Razor into this. I'd rather just activate this and pass. The 5/5 is a little annoying. It lets them, they're going to start bashing in with it. Our blocks aren't great, especially if they, as long as they do have Blink of an Eye up. Although we could like triple block on it. That would actually be good. We would only trade one thing for it. Even if they do blink. Alright, Sensor. Kinda nice we had the tap line there then. What a surprise they cycled it. Considering how easy it would be to just brick on land. Like, we kept this on top. Okay, actually, can you... Oh, no, you can't counter this. I'm stupid. Sorry, it's been a while. Yeah, you may... Yeah, you do cast there, right? What are they bouncing? They bounce this? Okay, that's fine. What a surprise you're doing this all now. Resolves. Very annoying. Okay, yeah, it's 3 damage rate. Still dies if we save. Proliferate. Alright. Alright, this is bad. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. We're gonna take... I guess I'll chomp this. I kinda have to, because they're gonna have 6 in the air. So we got a 14 here. We're gonna take 6 in the air next turn after I bring this back, most likely. Yeah, I'm just gonna chomp. This isn't really doing anything anyway. I could Aerialist and Gem Razor, but I don't think that's good. I do have a removal spell. How much power do they have in play? They have 8, 12, 13. We could Finality. I obviously wouldn't kind of want to champion first, but we could just Finality here. You don't have to put counters or anything, right? But it's on you controller, right? Yeah. So that would leave them with only 6 power in play. I think it's a little bit safer. 6, we go to 8. We're going to 8 anyway. Yeah, I think it's... if they have like a reload turn that's really bad, where it's really good to get this into play, then do this. Because we only take 6 that way after we... Alright, I'll do this. I think it's bad. I'm just really scared of doing that, taking 6. Because they still have a board, and if they get the reload on ones, if they have like any spells to play. But it's really potentially bad. Alright, pitch two lands there. I don't feel great about that. It puts us with 8 lands too, so we could do like this plus this. We just dead. What did that do? They made 2 of those? Alright, that's not good. Alright, we're so dead. Alright, so lose again. I guess we go to 1. Alright. Lose again. Definitely our biggest issue is our lack of removal. In the last game we lost because we couldn't deal with the Flyers. In this game we lost because we couldn't deal with the Murmuring Mystic. So we have like our good own thing going on, but it's not so powerful that we're like running over our opponents, but it's not, and we're not really disrupting their game plan at all. So definitely the problem we're running into, and something I was a little concerned about when building the deck. We really need to be, we're trying so hard to be proactive. We really need to be getting the things like Company and Great Henge online. Like we need good turn 4 companies to like sort of snowball advantage. We really need to be getting like the Great Henge. It's like the best thing we have going for us. So hopefully we can start using our good cards well. We're gonna have to mulligan this, I think. Doesn't do anything. We have to draw green. We have to draw 2 green for this. Just doing this on turn 3 isn't enough. This hand's fine though. Probably gonna pitch the Sage. Just the least likely to do anything, I think. Although we could also get rid of the Alrios. This card's not even particularly good. I maybe shouldn't even play it. I basically only played it because I wanted more good Company hits. It's 2 bodies though, which could be pretty relevant, especially since we aren't 6 cards on the play. Alright, so we're going to pitch the Sage. Also, I did one other draft and I kept playing against Blackwood Enchantment decks, so maybe this isn't even a card I should also be playing. I might just be valuing it higher because I kept running into enchantments. Play the Florahedron here. Here we'll play the Jade Light. 2 before playing land, we play Temple and a Malady, and we're not going to attack into their 1/3 anyway. Alright, gonna keep this. It's our best card. It would be nice to hit our land drop next turn, but like I said, we're not ditching our best card. Makes this a 4/3. Hopefully we find a land next turn off the Branchwalker that lets us do both of these and then sets up for the Great Henge. They're not even particularly convinced that even if I hit the land, maybe I should hold this just to keep fuel for the Great Henge to draw cards. Apparently it's like an Abzan deck here. Seems just like some sort of ramp deck, right? No, like Abzan counters. Land. Alright. I guess we play this. We'll have 2 draw steps to find another creature. I'm also pretty happy to trade off creatures since we do have this, and then can get this back with this. Something nice about this too is it puts a 3-power creature into play, so if this dies and then we draw a land, we get the Great Henge. So, do I want to attack? They know we have the Great Henge, so they can maybe double block. I really kind of just... It's potentially maybe a little too conservative, but I'm really just happy to set this up. Once I get this into play, I feel good. If they have like an O-ring for it, it sucks. What are you going to do? I'll feel... If they have an answer to it, we'll get pretty punished for not attacking there, because we're definitely going to look to transition to being more aggressive at that point. So that's definitely a line that the danger is in potentially playing too passively. But alright. We're gonna play it. I'm really gonna hope they don't have an answer. I don't know how Arena works. I'm honestly just gonna gain 2 because I don't know if they let me do this after. I know there's like when you have like Phyrexian Tower, like you can't even get priority sometimes, even if you want to sack something, because mana abilities aren't really recognized. So doing that there just to make sure I gain 2 life. I assume it works, like they'll let you do it on your opponent's turn, but I don't exactly know what I'm doing when it comes to arena. So theoretically better to leave this up and bluff a potential something, but just trying to make sure I get my 2 life. Alright, they play this thing, Basir Cat. I don't really know what it does. +1/+1 counter to 1 turn creature. Correctable until end turn. Alright, so it's basically just works with this. I'm very happy to trade for stuff here. Alright, this thing's indestructible. I'm still gonna block with this. I have no problem fueling the yard for this. Alright, now very happy to double block on this. Alright, we're just gonna do this. Oops. Very happy to kill this. I'll even trump this because I think I'm just gonna find it at some point. That's a good one to get back. I kind of want to pressure the Planeswalker, but it's really not getting through the 1/3. I want to definitely kill this. Yeah, we'll block. No, we'll block. Because I kind of want to find first before even playing the Bloom Hulk to get a couple more creatures into play with the. Because I'm gonna get counters off this, extra counters. So yeah, we'll do this. I don't. What's the ultimate on this? You get an emblem at the beginning for +1/+1 counter. Alright, the emblem's not even that good. Like, we're gonna go so wider than that with the Great Henge. So we're not even under a lot of pressure to deal with this. It's a good one. Start on this, because I'm fine with drawing lands too. So since I want to draw lands, what the best way to stack them is explore then draw, or draw then explore? Let me think about this for a second. It doesn't matter. Explore then draw. Do this, we'll put this on here so we can attack there. Looks like they have something. Not that big a deal though, honestly. What does that do? They tap it? Alright, that's fine. Alright, so like I said, best way for us to win the Great Henge. Kind of expected that. Unchecked, we're really just going to sort of run over our opponent here. I can't really imagine what they have to catch back up. Planar Cleansing would do it. Sure, they can attack here. Alright, that's annoying. We didn't play around that particularly well. Hopefully, again, we should be able to catch back up. It is a little annoying, though. Draw 2 here. I guess we'll company over Bloom Hulk. Max amount of creatures in play before we Bloom Hulk. puts two things into play. Hopefully two things into play too. Like I said, I don't really care if they ultimate this, but I guess I'd rather not. So going wider, getting a better attack on this is relevant, I guess. They are going pretty big though. Guess we'll do this now. I think we've used a lot of hits. Alright, but ooh, those are good. Ooh, we even get to draw 3 off the champion. Yeah, stack it like this. Honestly, I still get confused by Arena saying first to last sometimes. I know that means order of resolution, but I still just always think about the put on the stack first, which ones you want to resolve first. 15 cards. A little concerned about decking every, but I guess not. Let's just draw here. The deck will be upset, but I think we're gonna win before that's an issue. We could take 14 here, go down to 9. We go back up to 11. Maybe I'll just block this, save a little bit of damage, but we're going to turn the corner pretty quick. Next turn we'll have 3, 5, 8, 5, 6, 8, 9 mana, so we can like this into this. But I kind of want to use this Brawl too. Alright, we'll block. Just to make sure we don't get cheesed out by something that like pumps a big, like gives something flying to one of the bigger creatures, try and conserve the life total a little. It might be better to like this. I mean this. To kill this. Alright, so I guess we'll kill this turn. Nine cards, alright. Drew it, and pump everything. Ah, damn, it starts with them click. This attacks this. Could send everything out just to make sure we kill it, but I don't really. I guess I'm worried about them having chump blockers. Alright, so we have 9 cards left. Alright, let's just kill this. And then, because this can make a chump blocker every turn, which could be a little annoying. I think if we just kill it, then next turn we'll just start sending everything at them. This may be a little stupid, but I'd like to just kill this, and then next turn we'll start just sending everything at them, and I can't imagine they could win. How many cards do we discard? Oh, we keep 7 to... Why do they make you keep the ones to keep? There's so much unnecessary clicking. I have every card clicked. I'm so confused. Why are they letting me discard every card in my hand? Alright, whatever. Sorry, still learning Arena. It's very weird that they let you highlight every card in your hand instead of just like when you click one and then submit. A little greedy to send everything after that. I kind of just wanted to kill it. If they ultimate, it's a little annoying. And a little worried about them just getting like a pump every turn too, and like being able to like Mighty Leap, some sort of Mighty Leap effect, and like one shot us. So I figured it's a little safer. Just get it off the board, and then we can beat them down. We still got time. 9 cards left in deck. Just gonna have a bunch of massive creatures. They'll have like the 1 or 2 big ones too. I kind of just wanted to keep the creatures a little bit reasonably sized too, to the point where theirs aren't like eating ours in combat, because that would be a little bit more annoying to win through too. So here we'll just block here. That's fine. They're not going to be able to kill us just attacking on the ground. Alright. That's a decent one. I honestly don't even really want to draw the cards off of either of these. This one will just make a 3/3. Yeah, I should have done that in the other order, I guess. I should have played the Bloom Hulk first. Yeah, I should have played that first, and then played the 3/3. Because this doesn't get a counter, and this would have got the counter for the land. Alright, here's what the deck was supposed to do, though. Definitely going off a bit. Alright, we attack with everything. They have to make some blocks. Alright. Are they just dead? No, they block, take 18. We have 2 blockers back for their stuff. Maybe we'll leave this back just in case. I really don't want to lose. They still have to block. Because, like, just somehow if they have double removal spell. If there's a removal spell, which I don't think it is, but somehow removal spell they've been saving, draw another removal spell, kill this, they could actually kill us. So we'll be a little safe. We'll leave that back too. Set up to win next turn. Sorry, adjust my camera a bit too. I don't really have 2 monitors to be somewhat mindful of my camera presence, but recording on my laptop at my girlfriend's currently, so hopefully I haven't been looking too stupid. Adjusted a little bit. Yeah, we'll block with the bigger things because they're super dead anyway. Be a little worried of some like trample remove. I guess I forgot we left this back too. Double block. Alright, we'll block like this. You can block to make sure we kill this in case they have something. Even if they kill 2 of these, it's fine. They have some sort of trample combat trick. Just dump as much toughness in front of it as possible. Even if they knock off the Hulk and the token here, still have way more than lethal. Put a lifelink, alright. It's a little annoying. They go up to 23 and kill 2 of our things. They block our biggest thing. They'll still take 19. 27 currently. Block here. Take 19 still? Alright, so we're not... Ooh, I didn't know that did that. Alright, well, we're not killing it. We still have plenty of cards. I guess that was a mistake. I didn't know they gained life when equal to the power thing. My bad on that one. I'm gonna lose out on a counter here to do a pre-combat because we get the counter when we play land anyway, and we're gonna want to play land pre-combat. Also, drawing the Rex Sage. All right, gotta be a little careful with the cards we leave left. Could even Rex Surge a Great Henge if we really are worried about cards, but basically outside of a Wrath, we're really not going to have issues. They block, they'll get two 2/2s here, take 22, go down to 12. Alright, they have one draw for something. Basically has to be Wrath of God or any unconditional board wipe. Seems unlikely they'll have that in the creature deck. Find Finality was probably the closest thing to it. They already used that and would be far from effective here. Alright, they're very dead. Alright, that was kind of cool. Saw our deck go off, actually do a thing that game. Like I said, Great Henge, definitely like our best proactive card. Had the counters, synergies going with it. Alright, so videos run a little long, but like I said, I feel bad about the gameplay not making it into the last one. So we'll make this video a little longer to make up for it. Ideally in the future, when I get this going more regular, I'm going to try and keep videos to about an hour. I sort of asked around to some of my friends to do these videos. They said that's sort of the sweet spot. You guys can let me know if you like the longer content, sort of just having everything bulked into one though. Maybe I'll do videos like this. Maybe I can spread them out more in the future. Just I don't know if people are looking to sit down for 2 hours and watch me play Magic, but well, we're just testing stuff out right now too, trying to get everything going. So we'll play this one out until we either lose again or hopefully win the last 3. The sand's nice, kind of. The evolution's good. I was a little skeptical. It's a little hard to like take a turn off and do nothing, but we have a lot of synergies with it. I was pretty happy with it in the last game. We obviously had everything online when we drew it, like we were already gonna win, but I think I'm pretty happy to, definitely happy to see how it works out early. I think it'll be good. I'm also playing on a stool, which I already have issues with my back. Sitting this thing is killer sometimes. Committed to the content now, play through the pain. Literally putting my body on the line for the fans. Alright, just Fibble Tip here. Honestly, love this card. Like, we needed like 2 drops, and like having company obviously is like a cute little extra way to draw a card off it. But for those of you guys who don't know, Elves is it's probably my favorite deck to play. Elves and Legacy and Elves Visionary is like my favorite card ever. So I really don't need much of an excuse to play any variant on it. Champion Wits is another card I love. I honestly just like creatures like smooth out your draws and your curve are always pretty nice. This is the blue-white refurbished deck too. Godpharaoh's Gift is one of I've only hit a 2,000 rating on Constructed for Magic Online a couple times, and one of it was with blue-white Godpharaoh's Gift. I never played that deck in a tournament actually. It was just the one I was playing online a lot, and just happened to I never had a standard tournament when I was playing the deck the most, but I really liked playing it. It's like a fun deck to add. I grinded up, and it's my 2nd highest rating deck ever. I think I got like a 20/20 with it. A little interesting on what we could do here. I kind of want to play this and then set up this into this, because we're going to want all of these in play. Although I guess I could champion here, then this next turn. Yeah, I can champion here, this, but I don't even really have anything I want to pitch. I think I just like getting this out now. Because we're going to want this in play before we play this. Oracle's pretty sick too. It's honestly got to be one of the higher level power. Like, I love Oracle in regular cubes. Hopefully it doesn't draw them too many cards. I think I want to save the champion until we have, like, till we start flooding out a little bit or something, though. Because, yeah, we're going to want to do this next turn because we want to play before we do this so we could get extra counters. It's possible we could have done this and then this and this on this and then this for just when we... Alright, maybe we should have championed. I kind of just wanted to make sure we could pitch some... Because we want 5 lands at this point still. I feel like we would have just been not getting the most value we could off of it. Alright, this is annoying on the Rollisk. I think we're still going to have to play it into it next turn, though. We gotta get something going. Can find this back at some point, too. It's a good one to find back later in the game. Opponent's deck seems a little weak. Looking like probably like the weakest one we've played against so far. Oracle's really good though. They haven't even done anything. Like, it's hard to say really. They haven't done too much. Like, this card's fine. This card's really good. This card's definitely playable and make most of your green decks. Guardian Idol sort of was the indicator, and Guardian Idol and Wilt. Yeah, that's not a weak card though. That's a good one. Alright, we just have to take it here. This is sort of what I was saying about when I was worried about this card potentially just being not very good in this cube, is taking the turn off can be kind of rough. Yeah, we got to do this. They're going to hopefully have to sink some mana into it, exiling it with this. We'll have a 4/4 still. Should keep like Tristani at bay at least. Can eat a token then. Alright, run this out here. Ooh, 5/5, whatever, I don't even know. Oh, this literally doubles it? I was thinking it was like winding constrictor. Yeah, so it's literally twice the amount, alright. So that's not bad. Yeah, it should keep both these from attacking then. That's actually pretty good. That's much better for us. Oh, they drew Wilt. Alright. Oh, I thought Wilt was in, Wilt was in, for some reason I thought it was in the graveyard. It's fine. If they hit this, it's not that big a deal. We already got... Did what we needed, got what we needed for it. Alright, so they do this, and they have one card. They have enough for Guardian Idol. They have 1, 2, 3. Alright, yeah, they'll have enough to do everything. Alright, actually one short. To Wilt and Guardian Idol. Actually, not yet, no. They play the Guardian Idol, then they Wilt. Branch Walk, that's interesting. Alright. They shove with everything here? If they shove with everything, we block. I guess we block the Tristani, I guess. Yeah, just two. Alright, champion. Probably going to champion into the Alrios. Finding the Woodland Cemetery would be nice. So we could do this. We don't have, it's only one source. So I mean, we have the temple too, but wasn't even really, not going to factor that into potential lines too much, considering how unlikely it is. All right, we're not in the worst shape ever. Not in the best. What are their attacks? We have 3 blockers. They attack with this. But what if they attacked with everything? We have 1, 2. So the 3 biggest things, the 3 best things for us to block would be this, this, this. We would take 2, 4, 6. 9? We just did. They fire this up, show up with everything. We wouldn't be able to block this. We'd have to block their biggest things in 3, 7, 10. We would take 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm just dead, right? We block this. We block this. Sorry, we block this. This. And we would have taken 2, 4, 7, 8. Right? This, and this. Take 2, 4, 6, 7. I know, we would have taken 7. I'm a little surprised they didn't just attack with more things, honestly. Alright, we're gonna have to use this. This makes a 1/1. I guess because we don't have enough mana to do everything. So this would be 5. We only have 7. This would be 5 to do this and play a creature. And this. I guess we just do this and now let's just bluff. So that's not even good. I think we're just dead if they attack with everything, but they didn't last time. Maybe they won't again. Make a 1/1 here. Yeah, super dead, but let's see what they do. Maybe should like bluff Blink of an Eye better. I just used the Arena's Auto Tapper if we leave up like double blue. Wonder if they're just gonna make this up to like a 4 and just keep jamming. Yeah, theoretically we're super dead. We have 4 blockers. The most they could do, even if we block their biggest things, is 1, 2, 3, 4. We take 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. Attack with Joe Spirit, Woodland Cemetery for the ultimate punish. Alright, I didn't even realize let's put them into play attacking. Alright, super dead. Yeah, I think we're dead. Minus 27. Alright, so that'll wrap this video up. Not the best 2 and 3 record. Again, wasn't super happy with the deck. Kind of fun though. Hopefully we can actually win a bunch with one of these before it goes away. It's the 25th now. Probably the Kaldheim gets released on the 28th. I'm probably gonna put out at least one more, probably 2 more videos before we can do anything with the new set. I'll probably do another Cube draft again, and then gonna try and get pretty low on ladder. Then we'll do like a little video of us trying to go for a good ladder finish. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Please follow me on Twitter @TheBetterJessup. Please like and subscribe to this, and then you can also check out my Patreon, where I'm gonna have a lot of content coming out soon. I got that going. I'm gonna start filming videos with a lot of my friends. People I know I'm going to collaborate with is like Luis Salvato, former Player of the Year, Patrick Sullivan. You guys all know him from the SCG Tour. Jim Davis, a very good friend of mine. We have some plans to do some stuff together. So going to get that all going soon. So definitely check that out there. That's the same as this, Andy J MTG. Would very much help and support me in being a content creator, at least long term. I plan on doing this all year. So yeah, check it out. And thanks for watching, everyone.